Welcome back. I am going to do a video on tumblers with my OMTech K40 Plus. As you can see here, I have the legs raised up off of my table, and I have them drilled down so the feet actually sit completely in my block of wood. That way it's a little bit more secure. And depending on what size of tumbler I'm working on, I have some stuff stacked up down here and some metal plates on my atom stack rotary. So I already obviously have my bottle set up. You can see it's level. You can pick one of these levels up on Amazon. Highly recommend it if you do a lot of tumblers. Today I am just doing a quick test run of a water bottle for a customer, and I am trying to line up that little black mark as straight as I can with, there's a notch back here to let you know where the top is, so I try to get it straight as possible in there. Then I just line up my laser directly above it, and it's right on that line, just barely out of the way of my little grips here. One thing that I have found works best with my OMTech is I use this spacer block, 15-30 seconds, and I can put it in there between the laser head and the tumbler, and that is my ideal spot for engraving through the powder coating. But right now I have this taped up because it is a test. I'm going to take you over to my computer. So we're going to do this design on it, and one thing that you always want to make sure is to come over here, go to laser tools up at the top. I don't know if you see my mouse up there. Drop it down, go to rotary setup. You always want to make sure that you got your diameter of whatever it is you're engraving. That way you're not going to have a distorted image. I already have that preloaded in there, so I'm not going to change it. But for this 32-ounce bottle that I purchased off of Amazon, that is the measurement that we use, and it comes out beautifully every time. So hit OK on that. Once again, here's my design. Here's my settings right now. This little red box that I have turned off. The reason I have it turned off is because I don't actually want that to engrave. But as you can see, this, so it's a little bit of a Lightburn tutorial too, I guess. But you can see that this right here is on the edge of that red line. And then when I click on the mom, that's right on the edge of the red line too. So that tells me that that's going to end up being centered, because I took a lot of measurements. I want this to be on one side of the water bottle and this to be on the other side of the bottle. So that is the measurement that I use on here for in between, which is 5.6 inches. So just a smidge over inch, or 5.5 inches. So I am going to come back over here, turn those two off because I do not want to engrave that box onto the tumbler. I'm going to go over here to move. Going to clear origin, set origin. This time I'm going to start it on this dot here. It's under user origin. I can hit go to origin. It shouldn't move because I cleared it and set it. I'm going to hit frame just to make sure everything's looking good. And it looks like my bottle moved a smidge. I just wanted to push that back. I think we're looking pretty good. Those marks that I have on the bottle, the center of this side and the other side has a mark like that too. So what I'm going for is to have it marked exactly the same on both sides, right in the center of that. So we'll see how well it comes out. I always recommend doing testing like this before you actually engrave your items. I'm gonna put my camera in my holder so we can see a little bit better. Going to go ahead and start this test job and turn my key on over here. Make sure my laser's on. I'll turn this light off so maybe you can see something in there. Go ahead and hit start. Alright, the test is done. Turn my key off, open up the lid, try not to hit my camera. I just pushed the laser out of the way. Adjust this a little bit. So I just grab this entire arm, push it out of the way so that way I'm not bumping anything when I'm looking at my bottle. Alright, so unfortunately I overlapped a little bit with the old name that I had on there. That's fine. Once again, this is just a test bottle, but what I'm looking for is to try to see how well I got this in the center. I should have just taped it off again, make life easier, but we all make mistakes. The old one has some of the letters filled in. I just did that for a visual for myself, but basically that's kind of the routine for doing these. You just do everything the same, just on higher power settings when you're actually doing a tumbler that you want to engrave into. I do have another longer video on that, but I think that's all for this video. Feel free to ask questions in the comments. I'll be checking it and try to get back to people when I can. Thanks.